Welcome to Holy Trinity and Ladies Christmas Tea.
We are delighted to have you join us for Ladies Christmas Tea.
Okay, we are recording. Ready?
Ready.
All right. Welcome everyone to the 2020 Holy Trinity Christmas Tea, Plan B. In a year when nothing is quite the way that we would like it to be, or even the way we remember it being, Kim and I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to all of you joining us from your laptops, your iPads, or your phones. To be very honest, we weren't sure whether we were up to trying to pull a tea together this year or not.
But we weighed the pros and cons. Some of the pros are you can watch in your pajamas. Donna is doing all of the baking. And no one has to bring tubs of dirty dishes home in their cars after the event is over.
True. But there were cons as well. The main one being we have to see ourselves on camera. In the end, though, we decided that while this online experience can't capture the magic that happens when we're together in the fellowship hall and the Christmas lights are hanging from the ceiling and Tim is playing guitar and we can hear this wonderful din of 100 sisters in fellowship just enjoying being with each other and in each other's company, we decided that maybe this year more than ever, it was most important to keep the tradition of the tea alive, just modified a bit.
Exactly. So we present to you Christmas Tea Plan B. We hope these little tea talks that you are about to see will help you feel connected to your Holy Trinity family. I know it sure made me happy just to see some faces that I haven't seen in since March. And just as importantly, we hope that they will assure you that you are not alone in the trials and challenges you are facing and in the blessings that you may be discovering.
Or in the fact that you are finding a little comfort and joy in the wine aisle at Colburn's sometimes, occasionally.
Often?
Or often.
Boy, thank you for participating and welcome.
Thank you, Darcy and Kim. Thank you for all your efforts to put together Christmas Tea Plan B. It's quite a Plan A if you ask me, but I really appreciate, and I know all of us really appreciate your putting together this event. in light of all the circumstances. So thank you. If you would just bow your heads with me, we're going to begin with a word of prayer. Gracious God, Emmanuel, your name in and of itself means God with us. And we know that when you walked this earth, you spent time with people. You sat with them, you drank with them, you ate with them, you shared life stories with them, you prayed with them. And God, today I pray as we gather, your presence might be with us today too. God, I pray that you might work in powerful ways through the presence of these women gathered together today. I pray that you might help everyone to feel your incredible welcome and hospitality through each of the voices and stories shared. God, you are a God with wide open arms, helping everyone to feel like they had a place and welcome today. So I pray that your presence would be felt and your power might be experienced as we gather as the body of Christ among women today. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
I love your Christmas mojo you got going on, Darb.
It's the one corner that's decorated in the house. We're not going to do anymore. And we didn't even put up the real or artificial green tree. We've been doing this over the last couple of weeks. Dirk built it and then he painted it and then we've been decorating it and all kinds of stuff.
So what prompted, if I might ask, the change in how you were going to do it this year?
It's exhausting. I don't love doing it because it's got to be so perfect and it's such a big job.
Okay.
And Dirk doesn't love it more. He hates doing the lights and he has to help with the lights.
Okay.
So,
But it actually does look peaceful. Like the light is just pretty and it just,
we have it on. We have it from the time we get up to the time we go to bed.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're so happy you agreed to do this with us, Darby.
Okay. We haven't hardly started yet.
Oh yeah, so I might not be as
You might
thankful as
regret.
we get into this. Your unpredictability, Darby, is part of your charm.
Oh, good. You mean because it's before happy hour?
I don't know if it's before happy hour. What
We're
time?
not
is happy hour?
judging.
No, 4:30. Hurry up.
Okay. I don't want you to pressure me, Darby. This is stressful enough.
Look who's in my picture.
I know.
Hi.
This is a kitty cat that Dirk likes more than me. This is Dirk's best friend. And this summer during COVID, I ran her over and I ran over her tail.
Oh,
And she had to have her tail removed this summer. So that was some of our COVID trauma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good way for us to dive in. So, Darby,
Yes.
because the tea is so goofy this year, one thing we thought would be kind of cool is if you could introduce yourself, because a lot of the people who are going to watch this tea probably don't know you.
Right. I'm Darby Berger. We've been Holy Trinity members for about 37 years. And there's a lot of those people that joined on that same Sunday as we did that we have continued to be friends with over the years. We mostly are traditionally Sunday people. So I thought maybe that some of them might recognize me because the last time I saw some of these people might have been at the 2020 Vision Dinner. And so I wore this on the 2020 Vision Dinner and I thought maybe yeah, I know that.
That could be, right. That was a nice event because you didn't have to think about what you were going to wear. You just put on your lumberjack clothes and out the door you went.
That's right, because I'm so full of lumberjack.
I actually am. I feel like I'm sort of married to a lumberjack sometimes. But
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You are, I'm not.
yeah.
I just realized I have on a black and burgundy plaid top too, Darcy. It kind of looks like we planned it.
All right. So Darby, as a longtime Holy Trinityer, if that's a thing, we want to talk about, I guess, some things around church, but we're having sort of these casual, just conversations with folks, right? So normally if we were sitting at the tea, our handsome gentleman of Holy Trinity would be serving us and, we would have some form of entertainment, which we are the entertainment this year, but we'd all be sitting around chatting with each other, right? And we'd be flitting around from table to table and catching up with people. And it's always such a fun night. we sort of pre-ran this with you, and you thought it would be okay just to share some of
Sure.
what you have been going through. So Kim and I wondered if you would be willing to share what's been really hard with the pandemic, given sort of the other challenges that you have to manage in your day-to-day as well.
Sure. Well, first of all, I don't manage them alone. Dirk has been side by side every step. And so that helps a million. That helps like crazy. I can count on him to get me out of a funk pretty regularly. And I should explain that I've had lung cancer for almost 8 years now. And I had quite a strong regimen of chemotherapy 7 or 8 years ago. And then I kind of was on maintenance and kind of just on immunotherapy. And I'll be darned, it came back like this last winter. And I always say, if the cancer doesn't kill you, the chemo might. Well, I wasn't quite to that stage that I thought it was going to kill me, but it was getting kind of tough to function any way other than to tell Dirk what to do. That's well, which most people that know me will say that's just totally normal, but it was really intense. Everything around here, he can do it, and I would give instructions for it, and that's all I was worth. So
that was from when to when, Darby? How long were you in chemo?
Well, it kind of started in July and I finished in October.
Okay.
My body just was really taking a beating from the chemo. But I think I'm about 75% now. I'm not doing too badly. So, and I expect to get better. So
we expect you to get better too. That's what you do.
Yeah. Well, last time I was a little more optimistic than this time, because this time I'm older. I'm 7 years older, and so it took more of a toll on me. But I'm going to be fine. And I also did get a report, an official report, that the doctor actually used the word remission. See, that's age. She actually used the word remission. So that's a wonderful word to hear when you're in my bubble.
Absolutely.
That's great news.
A blessing. That is great news. Okay, last question. Darby, do you own an ugly Christmas sweater?
Come on, Dirk, get it out. Oh, Dirk has one he can't show public.
Oh.
Just because it has a hole in it or a stain of some kind.
It just has a big snag. That we'll go with that. But I have something I just can't let you go without knowing.
Okay.
There have been lots of terrible things about COVID, but the best thing in my life is we learned less than a month ago that my 41-year-old son and his slightly younger wife are going to have their first baby. I know, I just can't believe it. It is truly a miracle. It is such a miracle. I just can't believe it. Coming June 1st to all those in New Prague.
To a nursery near you. And by June,
congratulations.
Be out and about.
Oh, yeah. We'll all be vaccinated and we'll all be out and about, and I'll just be holding the baby. I told Dirk that he's lucky that sometimes I have to go to the restroom because then he can hold the baby. I wouldn't take the baby into the restroom with me, but otherwise I am holding this baby.
That's the best news ever. So that's a good blessing, maybe a little Christmas miracle. Okay, Darby, we can't wait to see you again, and I'm so glad you're feeling better.
Me too.
Thank you,
Thanks
girls.
for joining us.
Hey, Amber.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you.
You too. Look at your cute tree behind you.
I know. Well, I usually take my Zoom calls from my office now, obviously working from home. So I like your background.
Oh. Nice, right?
Yes.
I should update it for the holiday.
Yes, I could never figure it out. Oh, Nolan's here to say hi. Do you want to say hi? It's Amber.
Hi.
It's Amber. Say
Hi, Nolan.
Hi.
That's what happens during most of my work calls too.
Nice.
Are you working at home at all?
I'm in the office today, actually. So, yeah.
Okay. Do you get to work at home at all?
I work at home about 2 days a week. So I
Oh,
go into the
that's
office
not
about
bad.
3 days a week. So I do get a little break from my house, which is nice.
Nice. That's good. It was so fun to run into you at Coburn's the other day in the wine aisle of all
In the
places.
wine aisle. I know, that was awesome.
Is that what's kind of keeping you sane? I almost said sober. That's not the right word.
Yeah, sober's
That-
not the right word. I have to be sober and I'm at work.
right.
You
Yeah.
know, that bottle of wine that I bought was really good. I tried a new bottle and, you know, every once in a while you just need to have your own time at night. So
Totally. Hasn't this year been crazy?
it's been nuts.
It
It's
has.
one thing after another.
I know. I know.
Well, and you got a new job during this time too, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Like with,
Right.
well, I mean, and you and Nate should talk, but yeah, like what better time to start a new job than in the middle of a global pandemic? But yeah, I started working at Post Consumer Brands. Michelle Newman from church hired me. Super thankful for that. It's been really like such a good fit, such a blessing. And
Good.
that I started there at the end of June. So
Oh,
still
end of
super
June.
new.
Okay. Okay.
How is Nate liking it?
You know, he loves it. When did he start? He started the beginning of October, I think.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't think he has yet met his boss in person. So I know he was going to, and then there was a snowstorm, and then another day he was going to, and I think maybe he was home with COVID-like symptoms or something. So but he really likes him. He's
Good.
happy that he made the move. So yeah,
it
good.
makes such a difference. What else, like this crazy time? So what's been really hard? Like what's really been really frustrating?
I think I'm a planner, and so you can't really plan, you know,
Right.
just with COVID and then other things going on, kids at home with school and trying to deal with they're feeling, down kind of and bored.
Right.
They don't have sports. And so it's like, what do you do? So I
Right.
think that's the hardest part, though I am trying to embrace some of that less busyness. I do enjoy that. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
how about you?
Yeah, same as Jack and Charlie with the sports piece. Like the boys, I mean, I was kind of thinking about like what's been hard, and I think that list is really long, but for sure not having sports. And of course, the school thing has been hard. They were super excited to go back, and then now they're home again.
Yeah.
But I have to
I
say,
can't imagine.
so thankful for the teachers.
I was
So
just going to say, I can't imagine all the work that has gone into planning and making it smooth. And they're, working, have kids at home too.
Right.
Like
yeah.
they're rocking it.
I know. It's, on the positive side though, to talk about like what's been good. I mean, you mentioned like the slower pace and slowing down, and I would definitely agree with that. Like we've had more family meals together than ever before, which is super nice.
Yeah.
We would never have a family meal together because we would always be at baseball, or the boys would have practice and those kinds of things. So I think really just like making us slow down has been super good, really healthy. So I don't think I mentioned when we were in the wine aisle, but we ended up getting 2 pets, not just one, but 2 pets during COVID.
Did.
So yeah, we got a dog in April.
Oh my
so her name is
gosh.
Izzy. And Nolan has wanted a dog since he could talk. And we would never have had a dog if it wasn't COVID. And then our cat passed away in May, I think it was. And we were missing having a kitty around. And so we got AJ, who was behind me.
That was Pat's idea, right?
So here's AJ.
Was that Pat's idea? Oh,
Pat's idea. No. But how about you? Like what other like bright spots what's been some really good things?
Well, we have a cabin, so we spent tons of time at the cabin this summer, and it was nice for our family too, because when especially the boys are getting on each other's nerves, one of us could kind of take one of them to the cabin for a couple days and have a little separation, and break of scenery. So that was a really good thing this last year.
I think that's so cool to just kind of have somewhere to get away and
Yes.
change of scenery and, you know,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But I know I would also say, thank God for Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, like
Yes.
the streaming.
For sure. Yeah.
Streaming apps. I'm not normally a TV person, but it's been kind of fun. Like
Virgin
getting
River
to-
season 2 starts on Saturday
What does?
or Friday. Virgin River. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, it's so good. It's on
Is
Netflix.
that a Netflix one or a Hulu
Mhm.
one?
Netflix.
Okay. Nice.
Oh
I'm
my gosh,
always
it's-
up for good recommendations.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good. Well, hey, I know you're at work just finishing your day, and I'm so glad that you could chat today. And but yeah, like you said, this feeds my soul too. So I miss being with people so bad, just at church and
Yeah.
everything. So what do you think about next Wednesday? Wine aisle?
Sounds good. Yep. See you there.
All right. Take
Thanksgiving.
care, Amber. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, I'm Shirley Pravatsky, and I'm sitting beside my daughter Tanya Jacobson. I've been a member of Holy Trinity for 50 years now. I've always been semi-active in the church, I'd say, pretty active. Yeah, I've belonged to choir for all 50 years, I think.
So like Mom said, I'm
Yeah.
Tanya Jacobson.
And she was born a year after we moved to New Grace.
So I have been a member of Holy Trinity since birth. So just wanted to talk a little bit about kind of what COVID has done, changed, the pros, good things, bad things all around that have been going on since this all started in March. So Mom and Dad were still down in Florida.
So we made a quick trip. Our children wanted us home. If we're going to get sick, we want to
Be home. So, but how has it changed? I mean, we spend a lot of family time. We've kind of stayed kind of in our own little family bubble besides, going to
What you
work
have to
or
do.
that kind of thing. So we have stayed kind of just seeing each other, seeing Mom and Dad, seeing Gina and Lisa up in Robbinsdale, so that we are able to see each other. We're careful.
Right, yeah. We've all tried to remain as careful as we can without going over the deep end,
Right.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So we still, been doing the normal family stuff, that's been actually a blessing, being home with our kids and playing games and remodeling our kitchen and, it's fun to hear our kids laugh and they're not off running doing 8 million things. We're home together a lot. So that's nice. Especially in the spring and then again now in the fall since we're back to distance learning. We're all 5 of us at home working from home. It's interesting, our Wi-Fi is getting a workout, so but we're all tucked away in our own little corner doing our work, so it's kind of crazy. We have kind of a different aspect of it than Mom and Dad do. I think.
I've had to kind of find things that I want, not find them, I already had them, but develop them where I've been doing a lot of, I think I've done crocheted 7 Afghans already. Read a million books, and one thing that makes me feel, I think, I was through the polio epidemic, and I think that always, in my brain, makes me think of that epidemic, and because I did have polio at that time and was quite ill, and I lived through it. I didn't have the kind that was in my lungs, luckily, and my faith has always been very important in pulling me through those things, and any of the things in life that have come up, I've always relied on my faith, and it's always have come through it, and
That's why I think it's amazing what our church does.
yes,
We go every outside communion that
yes,
they've offered. I go and I end up leaving in tears
yeah,
because it just feels good. So it's amazing. I'm very grateful that our church still makes it feel like
Yes.
We still have our church community.
We've done a little bit of singing.
Yep, we
Here
have.
and
We
there,
still
so-
get to do music.
Yeah, and that's been really a very difficult thing because music has kind of been my, I can't go to my choir up in the cities. I can't go to church choir. It's just, wow, that's been a real change for me. So,
But we're grateful. We're lucky.
Boy.
So
Yes, God
we've
has
all
it.
stayed healthy. We've all stayed able to see each other, and I think that's a huge thing.
Huge. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
So we'll keep plugging.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Yes.
Enjoy your Christmas tea.
Yes. Have a blessed Christmas.
Far enough?
I think so.
Well, good morning.
Morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
This is our Christmas tea video, Plan B, since we can't be in person. My name is Nyla Newton, and I've been a member at Holy Trinity for quite a while. And I'm here with a couple of my friends that also attend our church, and we're just going to have a little conversation this morning. So
Wish us luck.
Yeah. This is going to be fun. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves too?
I'm Jackie Lee, and I have only been at Holy Trinity for 2 years, or going on 2 years.
And I'm Jen Seiler, and I am back at Holy Trinity and happy to be so for like the last year-ish, year and a half.
All right. Well, let's get our conversation started. So let's maybe start. How did we meet each other?
I think you and I think I maybe met you. I don't know who I met first, but I met you, Nyla. Remember when the boys were at Sunshine?
Yeah, you were
Preschool.
Sunshine.
See, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
No, I had just had Adam, and I was carrying Adam. We were outside in the playground.
Yeah,
totally
I remember
that. So the boys are, so Adam's 12 years. Wow. And Jen and
I moved in right when you were on your last days being pregnant.
Yeah.
So then I think by the time I was waving you my porch, you're pregnant, and then the next time I saw you, you had a baby, and I think I brought you a meal. I hope I brought you a meal.
It's not funny. I'm sure you did. I don't remember, but I remember we really didn't see each other until I came out in the spring again.
True.
It was wintertime, or became winter.
And I think we met through Jackie,
For
probably.
sure. I think you came to my drive-in movie on Park
Oh,
Lane.
that's right.
And then I met you.
That's a funny story.
Yeah.
It was, so remember the mosquitoes were coming out, and you're like organic, like little spritzes, and then Greg comes out like 2 minutes later,
The
and
big
like
fogger.
everybody's coughing. I'm like, this couple is great.
That's the first time we met. Opposites attract.
Oh, that's hilarious. I remember the fire. I don't remember Jen and her little spritzer.
We've been through a lot together this year.
Yeah.
I know.
Your basement is just, Nyla's basement.
As I look at your COVID earrings, I didn't even notice that you were wearing that you were wearing toilet paper earrings.
Yeah. I don't think I would have noticed that either. That's so cute.
Well, they like have pearls on them.
Yeah, those are fancy. We didn't even try to coordinate this morning. And look at us.
See? And we have our morning beverage. This is
Mimosas.
what we like to do together. We like to hang out and have beverages.
For sure.
Coffee.
So speaking of this year and how it's been a little bit different for everybody, what are some of your best and worst COVID times, do you think?
Best and worst COVID times.
Could be meals, family time.
Well, I was going to say best and worst can be almost the same. So having everybody at home can be great, and then it also can be very miserable. I don't know. Do you have something as I'm thinking?
I'm loving going to church in the hot tub. That's a COVID perk.
It is. I haven't been there yet, but yeah.
I bet it would be. What about your highs and lows, or your?
Well, being a teacher, I've had a few highs and lows for sure. I guess that's been the hardest part. Being quarantined a couple times and, pushing into this distance learning model. It's just nobody wants that. But it's kind of what we have to do.
I don't know if our viewers know
Why we all are sitting together.
why we all can sit together and not be 6 feet apart.
Unmasked.
Well, friends that play together quarantine together.
And get COVID together. We haven't pinpointed who exactly had it first, so we don't,
But
don't
all
blame.
of us, like all 6 of us,
I
our
guess that's
spouses.
good that it's a surprise. No one knows.
No one
Yeah,
knows.
You can't
And
There's
you-
no blame.
No.
There's no
We're
big
all in this
Scarlet S.
together.
And we were all very lucky
Yeah.
to, you know,
This,
be
how
okay.
light it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I got more sick than you two did.
Mhm.
But anyway, that's why we can sit together here and
Not to be masked and not be 6 feet apart, because now we're
So,
good for a few
you
months.
know, yeah, there is the good and bad of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we can still laugh about it because now it's funny. It wasn't very funny at the
No,
moment.
no. How about Christmas lists? How are those coming along?
Adam asked me last night what I wanted for Christmas, and I don't
Aw.
really have a big list. But I told him, I said, "How about another pair of sorrel boots?" And Dustin's like,
Practical.
Well, and they're so comfy, and the wedge makes me feel like really tall.
Yeah, those are nice.
What's on yours?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it too much. Every time I'm in a store, I can think of lots of
Oh, yeah.
things I
But
want.
we haven't been in stores lately.
I know.
So just gotta go browse Target. And
Yeah.
You'll find lots
Or
of
shop
stuff.
online.
I'll think of something.
See what keeps popping up on your in the internet as you're shopping, or you're going through your social media. There's a lot of ads that pop
Yeah, it's
up.
like, do you want something for the kitchen, like an appliance type thing? That's kind of boring. Maybe slippers. I don't know.
I'm thinking practical, like consumables, like fancy coffee or a $20 bottle of wine instead of my $8 bottle of wine.
Oh.
You're like, I just want one good bottle.
Yeah, just not stuff, but consumables. But if you have any tips on comfortable bras with a little boost and a little lift, that's on my list. So like a little push-up bra.
Too funny.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to those things still, even though we're all quarantined. You can't be in PJs and.
Although, we
all
yoga
the time.
teaching in yoga pants. I don't know if you go to work in yoga pants now because we're like
sometimes
on Zoom,
I
right?
have
So you
pajama
only
pants
see-
on the bottom, and then like a nice
Party
shirt
on the top.
top. Paul's like, "What are you wearing today?"
Like school clothes.
Another perk. Right?
Yes,
That is a perk, yeah.
yes, for sure.
Well, we should do a quick shout out
Yes.
to our table 7. Table 7 at the T.
What would Mary do? Well, thanks so much for having this conversation.
Cheers.
It's
Cheers,
important to
ladies.
remember the little things.
Cheers to everybody.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
How are you, Linnea?
I'm just great.
Well, it's nice to see you.
I know it's nice to see you too. And that's the best part about Zoom. You actually get to see people.
Hey, so one thing we thought we would do, here's how we're going to sort of work it. If you would be so kind as to introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Linnea Houtman, and I'm married to a really fun guy named Jimmy. And we have been married 43 years, and we have been members of Holy Trinity for 37. And I remember because we joined the same time as Darby and Dirk when my son was born. So I can always, keep that.
So this is really funny. I should say ironic, but
It is ironic.
we just got off a Zoom with Darby, and she, in her introduction, said that they had been members for 37 years and that they were still close to many of the couples that joined that same weekend. And then not knowing that this was something you two had in common. I don't know if it was the same weekend, but 37 years, that's so cool.
Yeah.
But one thing we were wondering is over since the past 8 or 9 months, what are some unexpected blessings that you think you have had come out of the pandemic?
Well, I have enjoyed being home more, which sounds funny coming out of a retired person, but I was pretty busy before the pandemic. And so now that I'm home more and we're choosing to be home more, we don't really go into any buildings. And so we've really enjoyed actually accomplishing some projects. My garden never looked so good. Our fall cleanup. So we're doing things like that at home that I'm really enjoying. And I guess maybe time is a blessing.
And tell me what you've missed about not being out and about as much. Like I really miss the people from church, and Like I said, it's so crazy how I just got happy doing the confirmation car parade because I got to see people's faces, even though they had masks on. That kind of made my whole week, just seeing some friendly faces. What kind of things are you missing being home?
Well, I also miss Sunday mornings, and kind of a joke at our house was that sometimes I would stay so long after church that Jimmy would go run some errands sometimes and come back and pick me up. Sometimes without even telling me, I'd go out to my car and it wasn't there, but anyway, but I think the thing that's hardest is I have 2 children, both married, and one of them our son has 2 children, our granddaughters. So I miss seeing my children more. I'm just really fortunate that the grandchildren live in Prior Lake. And my daughter lives in Minneapolis. I mean, if they lived in San Francisco, like my one friend's grandchildren, I wouldn't see them. So that's my tough stuff.
I miss the sound of the noisy offering. You know what? That's one thing that I really miss about church. I don't miss the process of getting ready on a Sunday morning. I'm just going to be honest. Like first thing, you're up, you have a couple cups of coffee, and then you have to sort of scoot out the door. And for me, this new way is really relaxing. And to watch church online is really relaxing.
Not going to lie, in my pajamas most Sundays.
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree with you. I'm really enjoying the online services also, and they're very meaningful.
But you don't get those little run-ins in the narthex, and you don't get the little hugs from a friend you haven't seen in a while, and you don't get all of the hysterical things that happen with a sanctuary full of children. And so that part I miss, and I will look forward to that once we're all able to be back for sure.
Yep, I totally agree.
Okay, Linnea, name something that you had to change in your life because of the pandemic and maybe it's not a thing, maybe it's a habit or like a way that you did something, but something that changed that you're like, I'm never going back to the way it was. This is way better.
Can't think of anything really. I feel like I've sort of operated the same other than not going into any buildings. I mean,
which is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, but I probably wouldn't go back to this later.
Right. Yeah.
Once I get out, I kind of like to go into the store and see what's there instead of ordering online, but I'm satisfied for now.
Yeah. Kim, what about you? Is there something that you gave up that
you like brushing my hair?
You brushed your hair.
Putting
today.
on real pants? I have shorts on right now. You just can't see it, and slippers.
It's just the good tops that matter.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I am so impressed with Pastor Ben and Pastor Alicia and their whole staff for everything that they are doing, thinking of how to keep us engaged. Right. And it's just unbelievable. I'm just so impressed. We are really, really fortunate.
That's another
I agree.
For sure. Well, I always love to end on a blessing. So thanks for that, Linnea. And thanks for doing this. Merry Christmas.
Yes. Merry Christmas to you, and thanks for doing the tea. Yeah.
And it was nice to see your smiling face.
It was nice to see you guys. And it's coming. Bye.
All right.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
That might be the perfect ending to the tea, Darce, right there.
And with that, we'd like to thank everyone for attending. We hope to see you in person next year.
I echo those sentiments, Darcy. I hope to see everyone in person next year as well. I also would like to thank everyone that helped us pull Christmas Tea Plan B off. And to those of you who are joining us, may you and yours stay safe and healthy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you for joining us at Holy Trinity for Ladies' Tea. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all.
This is the practice video?
Yeah.
Thank you, Darcy.
I didn't start yet.
Now look how yellow I look.
That's funny because I just said to Darcy I look green.
I got an email that says, oh, whoops, don't keep it clean. You guys should be having fun.
All right, I'm gonna go get the champagne and we can pop it right on screen.
It's 10 o'clock.
I'm not doing, you do the champagne, I can't do champagne.
Here, I'll wear glasses.
Donna is doing, oops. All right, we should probably stop since you just got a cat butt in your.
Looks good. Hide the TV.
I don't know how to fix it. I mean, I have my normal lights on, but not the one right above me. I don't have that one on.
No, I gotta get her tail out of the way. Move. All right, perfect.
Mary Egan told me I match my woodwork. I hope you're not taping all this yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I gotta stop laughing.
We are taping everything, but Ben will edit. We don't know how the heck this is gonna go. We're rolling with it.
It says Pastor Ben can edit all of this, so thank goodness.
So you might have to really edit. No.
All right, so should we start over? Because now I screwed
that. Oops, well, scratch that. I hope that Ben is feeling the editing mojo when he does this.
Yeah, you and me both. Come on, move.
Look, I only look white because I'm so vain that I actually own a light so that I don't look green, yellow, orange, pink, or any other color.
Knows how to pop a bottle of champagne.
Nyla?
I do.
Yeah, we could just shoot the hack and make Ben figure it out.
Move.
Oh, it's a twist off.
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, we gotta pray out loud for this part.
And Linnea, sometimes these are the things that are actually funny.
Here, don't do it to your face.
Move your eyes away. Don't do it to the window either.
Watch the lamp.
She wants a new one.
I do, truly.
I might have to stand up.
It's more to hear it.
Oh, there.
That was anticlimactic.
That was good.
Sorry, Jack, you need to move it.
Oh, sorry, okay.